Hi, I'm Hugh O'Brien. I've got a secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you by Bristol Myers, makers of Bufferin, the modern pain remedy that gives you fast pain relief without upset stomach. Bristol Myers brings you America's #1 panel show, I've Got a Secret, starring Garry Moore.
Thank you, and good evening, friends, and welcome to another edition of I've Got a Secret, also known this evening as Rots or Ruck.
Rots or Ruck?
If everything works well this evening, we've got one like we've never had before. On the other hand, it's got to work, so keep your fingers crossed, and here we go. I'd like to have you meet our panel. The panel's name, as if you didn't know, is Bill Cullen, and Bess Meyerson, and Henry Morgan, and Patricia Hrunick, and that's the group. My name, of course, is T. Garrison Morphic. Nice to have you with us. May we have, then, our first contestant, please? Will you tell our panel, please, including Betsy Palmer, what your name is and where you're from?
Abbott Dugally from Los Angeles, California.
It's a difficult name, if you don't mind my saying so. It's Dugally. D-U-G-A-L-L-Y. Dugally. Simple once you learn it. He is from California. Mr. Dugally, if you will whisper your secret to me, we'll show it to the folks at home. To help classify Mr. Dugally's secret, it concerns something he did. And, beautiful Bess, I think we will start with you.
Beautiful, Bess.
I did not say beautiful Bill. I'm sick, but not that sick.
It was close.
You go ahead. You look beautiful.
Started with a
tonight.
B. No, you go ahead. You're prettier than I am.
All right. Mr. Dugally, this thing that you did you do it alone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. May I ask a question of you? I noticed the way you walked in. You were extremely graceful. You looked as though you might possibly be a dancer, or... Are you? You are?
Somewhat of a dancer.
Oh, yeah?
However, if he is, it's
Does it
news
have
to
anything
me
to
and
do with it?
immaterial, but I think it's very nice.
I see. This thing that you did you do it in Los Angeles?
Yes.
We'd have to say partially,
Oh.
wouldn't we, Mr. Dugally? Partially.
Did you do it in the United States?
Partially again.
All over the United States?
Pardon?
All over the United States?
Yes.
In Europe?
Yes.
Asia?
Yes.
All over the world?
Pardon? What was the last
All
one?
over the world?
Yes.
All over the world? All right,
Oh.
$20 down, $60 to go, and so we go to Henry Morgan.
Were you flying at the time?
No.
This thing you did it have anything to do with the fact of your traveling?
Yes.
Would I be interested in knowing what you traveled by?
Yes.
Foot?
No.
Boat?
Yes.
Partially?
No.
Partially by both, yes.
Horsey?
Pardon?
Horsey.
Horsey?
Partially by horsey? You're kidding. Partially by horsey?
Okay, now did you have an objective such as, I am going to go around the world on so much money or in such and such a time or something like that?
Yes.
I think we'd have to say just something like that. Neither of those examples you gave happened to be it. $40 down, $40 to go. Betsy Palmer.
Was it the length of time that you were going to go around the world?
No.
Did it have to do with modes of transportation that you were going to use? Special
Mode of
ones?
transportation, yes.
It was. In other words, did you travel a certain area? You know, tell me.
We'll get back to you, Heinrich, in a moment.
Hitchhiked around the world? How can you hitchhike a horsey?
How do I know?
Might have met a friendly horsey, who knows?
You know, go on, you can guess.
I already did it and I'm wrong.
Oh, you did it.
He said if it's
Hitchhiking?
good-looking mare, he'd go along.
Pardon?
Hitchhiking, is that it? No.
Stupid question.
That was a
Stupid question. Yeah, that's what you do.
Did it have to do with,
On how much money, I asked him.
on how much money?
No.
$60 down, $20 to go, and so we go to Bill Cullen.
Well, Gary, Henry, I think, asked if it had to do with mode of transportation, and you said yes. Did it have to do solely with mode of transportation?
Yes.
So, in other words, you traveled around the world by using every known means of transportation?
No.
Old-fashioned types of transportation? Like horse, sea, and boat, sea?
No, couldn't call it old-fashioned. These vehicles are still manufactured in a large number.
But not modern transportation. You never flew, for instance, did you?
No.
You...
$80 down. Bess Meyerson seems to have an idea.
I just thought perhaps it was something that he took with him and kept on the boat and carried by horse and so on. Would have been some kind of cart or bicycle or... What? Cart? Bicycle?
You got it, but just one person too late. Mr. Dugally's secret is that he pedaled a bicycle 75,000 miles in 7 years around the world. Now, in case you're wondering, panel, I'm sure you are, how Mr. Dugally managed food, clothing, and shelter during this trip using only a bicycle, plus necessarily boats at time for transportation. Let's take a look at his bicycle. Let's go back and take a look at this thing. There you have it. Now, I couldn't pedal this thing around the block. How much extra weight do you have on here, sir?
150 pounds of extra weight. That's all of my equipment.
150 pounds of extra weight. Now, what is this? What are some of these 150 pounds?
Oh, it consists of everything you can think of. Here is a specially built radio. I carry my camera equipment here, a tent in here, Arctic sleeping bag here, books for reading in here, tennis racket here, clothing here, on this side, on this side, and this side, a battery for electricity, and dry cell battery to run my radios, a summer sleeping bag, air mattress in here, and
what I love is not only does he have a built-in tennis racket, he also has a built-in tennis ball. You never know when you're going to meet a fellow with a court, you know?
Here is somewhat of a route that I've undertaken. It goes like this to the Americas, Central America, South America. Of course, all these are the years, 54, and of course by ship to Europe, back to Africa, back all the way down to the Orient. This is 58 and 57. Back to Europe, back to Africa, into Europe, and I have just arrived a few weeks ago from Europe again.
Now, I would like to ask you this. How much money did you have when you left?
I left with about $8.
$8. In 1952. 1952. You arrived in New York just a matter of days ago.
Yes.
How much money did you have then?
About $14.
$12. So a man made a profit of from $4 to $6 in 7 years. That's doing pretty good. How did you make your money? How did you sustain yourself?
Oh, in various ways, but generally I did acrobatics.
And then, you can't see it, but I guess maybe you can. On the back here, there's a little thing here that says the kitty.
The kitty.
So he would stop on street corners throughout the world and perform his acrobatics, hoping that kindly and enthusiastic souls would deposit something in the kitty. I'm willing to deposit a small amount in the kitty if you will give me just a small demonstration.
Why not, here?
Want me to hold your coat for you?
Yes.
I'm awfully good at that. All righty, there we go. Here's some.
I don't know if you have it to work with.
Work with what you have. As Henry says, use what you can grab. 2.5-foot step up on the bench. Wait a minute. There goes the sponsor. Deposit in the kitty. You will also find, sir, the money that you have won from the program and a gift box from Bristol Myers off stage. And thank you very much. Good luck. See, we've been loafing for 7 years. Look what he's been doing, out seeing the world. Now, my friends, that was one of our secrets. Now it is time to meet our special guest for tonight. Here's the star of his very own, very popular television series, Wyatt Earp. It's a pleasure to welcome back to our show Hugh O'Brien. Now, you may have noticed that Hugh O'Brien is carrying a pair of roller skates.
He's going to skate around the world.
He's going to skate around. Well, there's a reason for those skates. Tonight, all of our secrets have to do with getting about on wheels. Hugh, may I ask what you are doing? What are you going to do with those roller skates?
Well, I'm going to put them on.
Dandy place to start from. All right, you're going to put them on. Now, before you get started, however, will you whisper your secret to me so the audience can see? So, this concerns something that he is going to do. Let's start the questioning with Henry, please.
Hugh, why are you going to do this? Well, that's a
To
little
help our
early.
rating. It's a question he's been asking himself ever since early this afternoon.
You're right.
Is this something that you've been doing for years? More or less.
No. No.
Ever done it before?
Well, yes.
Uh-huh. Do you use anybody else in this display?
Essentially, he's a loner.
I'm a loner.
Uh-huh. You want us to move back? Now, are you going to do something that's especially difficult?
Well, I'll tell you that I will say this. That he says that he has done this before. He has done it just before the show for practice. This would normally take anywhere from, I will say, certainly a full day's rehearsal, full day's practice. He has practiced perhaps 15 to 17 minutes. So, you may be asked to pull back. The human body splatters so.
Hugh, are you going to use anything else other than the skates when you do whatever you're going to do? Like you're going to get a gun and shoot at something as you sail by, or whatever?
I may need to, yes, I may need to.
But he'll not. A gun will not be necessary, so there's $20 down, 60 to go, and we go, please, to Betsy.
Hugh, could you do this without roller skates? What you're going to do?
No.
You couldn't. It has to do with one part of your body more than the other. Well, no, I mean...
It may eventually, but it
Depends on where we fall, yes.
Is it just your feet are involved in this, then, because of the skates being on them?
Well, I think you have to keep a cool head, wouldn't you say?
Are you going to do something kind of acrobatic?
Yes, very
Does
acrobatic.
it have
All right, $40 down. Excuse us, Betsy, as we go to Bill.
Hugh, are you going to try to do anything that Mr. McGalley did while you're wearing roller skates?
7 years? No.
The thing you're going to do is a feat of acrobats that ordinarily is not done on roller skates. Is that right?
Ordinarily, I wouldn't say it was done.
No, this ordinarily is not an ordinary thing to do with roller skates. It is neither. It is not acrobatic. However, it does call for physical skill.
I see. In other words,
$60 down, $20 to go. We go to Bess Myers.
Gary, you said to Henry's question that there was something else involved. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
There is something else. Is it a human being? Is it human? No. Is it an element of some kind? You said something about keeping a cool head. Is it heat? Fire? Anything like that?
Well, if you want to get terribly technical, it's kind of controlled fire, wouldn't it be, Hugh?
Yes.
You have to skate around it, over it, near it, something like that?
Awfully close to it.
could be a cigarette.
All right, we've lost our $80. As I told you before, our secrets tonight deal with some unusual ways of getting around on wheels. It happens that Hugh O'Brien has on the latest thing in transportation. They may look like mere roller skates to you, but you have not seen everything, because Hugh's secret is that he's going to attach a motor to these roller skates. Open the curtains, friends. I may explain myself best by saying any combustion engine is controlled fire. All right? Now, as on the roller skates, here we have the motor power for it. It's a 1 horsepower, well, regardless of what the inventor may call it, I call it an outboard motor. It works in much the same fashion. All right, we get that on, and we put this strap around. Henry, are you jealous? 32-inch waist. Gee. Now,
Like a Boy Scout.
Smaller than mine.
here we have the control, which I will explain later. Hugh, if you can put this leg around here, I'll attach your motive power. Here comes the power cable down from the motor to the drive shaft on the right wheel. Yes, it does. There it goes. All right. And so I dog it down nice and tight like this. Now, this skate, the rear wheels of the right skate, are attached to the motor. In Hugh's right hand, he holds the controls. This is the clutch. He presses that. The motor becomes engaged. This little flat wheel is the accelerator, fast and slow. It is capable of going 45 miles an hour.
Bye.
Hugh, before I start the motor, rot's a ruck. Okay, now you started just like an outboard. Here we go. Don't go away mad. Just like an outboard, you know. You ready? Here we go. 4.
I like it.
You know?
I think just there's a little...
All right.
At least you can't drown.
Just been handed a bulletin from the Highway Department. Hugh O'Brien was last seen on Highway 66 heading west at about 45 miles an hour on his way to Palm Springs to his hotel, Whispering Waters. All right? Now, panel, before inviting our next and our last contestant on stage, no, don't leave. Just put on your blindfolds. And please do not remove your blindfolds until the entire secret is completed and all questioning is ended. All right? All right. Blindfolds in place. Next contestant, come on, please. Very neat. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Gary.
Will you tell the panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
I'm Moulton Taylor from Longview, Washington.
This is Mr. Taylor, and he is from Longview, Washington. So, Mr. Taylor, you obviously have a secret. If you'll whisper it to me, we'll share it with the folks at home. Now, come. There must be more to the secret than this. Let me in on it. If remains to be seen, we will start the questioning, please, with Betsy Palmer. Betsy Palmer, and Betsy, it is concerned something that Mr. Taylor did.
Mr. Taylor, did you do this recently?
Yes.
The result of what you did is on the stage with you this evening?
Yes.
The result of what he did is on the stage. I can't say that the result is on the stage, no.
No? Are more things coming in? I mean, I just heard a great big sound.
Yes.
More things are?
Yes.
Have you built something, Mr.
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes, he has built something.
Whatever you built, did this bring you from the state of Washington?
Yes.
Yes?
It's getting longer, isn't it? Because you're getting further away.
I'm back again.
Oh? Are you still building part of this?
Yes.
Let's correct that if I may, Mr. Taylor. He is not really building.
Are you
part.
still assembling this, then? Whatever.
Assembling is the more proper word. Assembling is the proper word. $20 down, $60 to go, and we go to Phil Cullen.
Problem.
Sir.
Do you want me to disqualify myself? I'll tell you why. I don't know Mr. Taylor, but I do know sounds of certain things, and I think I could do this right away.
All right, Bill, out of sportsmanship, thank you very much. We'll ask you to disqualify yourself on the sound of the material, and we will go, please, to Bess. Bill, you may therefore remove your blindfold.
Can I?
No, Betsy.
Gary, is Mr. Taylor still with us?
Yes?
Is he adding to what he brought out on the stage originally?
Technically, yes.
You're adding to it. You're going to make it more than what it was.
Yes.
The thing that came out, of course, came out on wheels. Is it some sort of automobile?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is it more than just an automobile?
No.
No, it doesn't do anything more than an ordinary automobile would
No.
do. Mm-hmm. Now, this thing that you're adding to it...
That which he brought on stage with him is an automobile and does no more than an automobile is expected to do.
Well, whatever he's doing, it's going to do more than what an automobile is expected to do. Is that correct?
True, we'd have to, yes, say $40 down, $40 to go. Henry Morgan is strangling himself.
Why?
Well, I'm not so good on... I've got a cold. That doesn't explain anything, does it?
Yeah, you can't hear the sound.
Well, I can't hear it, no. Is this thing that is being built up here, is it something the automobile tows?
Something that the automobile tows upon occasion, yes.
Is it something to live in?
No, it is not.
Does it roll along the ground?
Yes?
It's made of some kind of sheet metal, isn't it?
Bill Cullen, is it made of some kind of sheet metal?
Yeah, it's metal and it's in a sheet, but Henry should be familiar with the sound, too, you know.
I should. Don't tell me what I should.
Rap on it.
What do they do?
$60 down, $20 to go. No, we have no. Panel, we are defeated. Utterly remove your blindfolds, if you will.
Oh, my Lord.
Henry, remove your blindfolds.
I'll figure it out.
What's it about?
Now, the part that Mr. Taylor originally drove onto the stage is only the yellow coupe in the front. This part was not on the stage. The other half has been brought on. There is a wing, which you cannot see, extended on the far side, and before this wing comes out, I advise you most earnestly to drag yourself out of the firing slot. All the way back. All the way. There'll be a question period later on. Now, while Mr. Taylor and Mr. Millick are putting this together, I would like to point out that this is not a gimmick. This is a practicable aircraft. There are already several of them sold and in private use and are being flown daily. They meet all the requirements of the CAA, is it, sir? The Civil Aeronautical, whatever it is. In other words, the same people, the same group that approved this ship also approved the Boeing 707. So this is no... True, you have to have a license from the same bunch of people. So in just a moment, you will see this wing come out. Nice part about it is that you drive to the airport or fly to the airport and disassemble the tail assembly, turn it around, tow it along behind you as a trailer, and you have your automobile with you wherever you want it. Take it back to the airport, raise the wings, up you go.
When you take your wife with you, Gary, why, you can have her do the hard work on the other end.
Now, I'm sure... Here comes the wing. Here comes the wing. Now, watch this. Watch this.
No weight involved, actually.
Assuming that the panel would like to ask questions concerning... What is the name of it, sir?
The Aero car.
The Aero car. Now, come on out here in the front of the wing. I'm assuming Bill Cullen in particular, being a flyer of some note, will have questions to ask. Bill, what's the first thing you'd like to know?
Well, is it difficult, Mr. Taylor, to get your power from the wheels into your propeller back there?
Actually, when you're driving, you just leave it in neutral. And when you're flying, or rather, when you're driving, you shift it like any automobile. And when you fly, there's a shaft to the propeller on the tail.
And the engine's in the rear of the driver.
Same engine flies it and drives it.
Now, and also, obviously the question would come up, how do you steer it? When you're on the ground, you simply turn the wheel as in an ordinary automobile. You'll notice it turns the front wheel, like so. At the same time, it's turning...
The aileron.
The aileron. See? Now, then, suppose I want to go... Now, watch this, Bill, in particular. Pull out. Oh, you're blocking the camera, old friend. Pull out. There you go. Just like a stick on an air coupe or a similar aircraft.
The elevator.
See? There you go.
About the rudder.
What about the rudder? Well, there are rudder pedals in here. I'm pushing them. Frank, can you get a shot of the rudder? I'm pushing the rudder pedals right in here. They lower once you put the rear assembly on.
What does this thing sell for?
What does this sell for, sir?
$9,500, Gary.
$9,500, $9,500 for an automobile and an airplane combined.
How much for 6?
Sir, what's the...
Wholesale, no doubt.
What does it do on the ground as an automobile?
We've driven them up to 85 miles an hour.
As an automobile?
Yes.
What is your cruising speed in the air?
We cruise 100 miles an hour. However, the top speed is approximately 117.
117. Cruising range?
300 miles.
Again, I impress upon you, this is already in existence. It is being sold. It's for sale. I just bought one. I'll see you later. Contact. Bye out there.
I've Got a Secret was brought to you by Bristol Myers, makers of Ipana, now with germ-killing hexachlorophene. Ipana kills decay germs by the millions. And by Bufferin for fast pain relief without upset stomach. This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Miss Thomas Gown by Doreen Fashion. Be sure to watch Bristol Myers shows Staccato on another network. See your local listings for time and station. This is John Cannon speaking.